Hey everyone, welcome to this month's market update. I'm Kristen. One of the most common objections we're hearing right now is people wanting to wait before jumping into the real estate market. Whether you already own a home, you're thinking about buying, or maybe you're just curious, here's what you need to know about our local market and why waiting on the sidelines might not be the best strategy. Spoiler alert, the market moves faster than you think, and waiting could actually hit your wallet harder than you'd expect. So let's start with the big picture. Home values in Albuquerque have been steadily rising for years. Back in 2015, the typical home here was worth about $174,000. Fast forward to today, and that number has nearly doubled to over $335,000. That is a 92% increase. That's massive. Regardless of the market or fluctuations within the market, owning a home continues to be one of the best ways to grow wealth over time. If you already own, you've likely seen your equity grow substantially. And if you don't know how much equity you're sitting on, it's probably a lot more than you think. So let's connect, and I'd be happy to provide you with a free market analysis. Now, on the flip side of that, if you're thinking about buying, that same opportunity is waiting for you. Here's the deal. If you're renting, your landlord probably loves you. Why? Well, it's because rents in Albuquerque are continuing to go up. The average single-family rental is just over $2,000 a month. That's up just about 3.9% from last year. Now, since 2015, rents have skyrocketed by over 70%, while home values, as we just saw, rose 92% in the same time frame. So translation, if you bought a house back then, you could be sitting on nearly $150,000 in equity. Instead, unfortunately, renters have handed that cash to landlords without anything to show for it. Lawrence Yun, who is the National Association of Realtors' chief economist, emphasizes that even in higher rate environments, home ownership is the single biggest wealth builder. The median net worth of homeowners is $415,000 compared to just $10,000 for renters. That's not just a stat, it's a life-changing financial difference. Imagine if you own 2 homes, 3 homes, or more. Now, with all that said, demand is still outpacing supply. While home sales have slowed, prices remain strong, growing at roughly an annual appreciation rate of about 4%, which is right in line with long-term trends. In the third quarter of 2024, new listings for single-family detached homes were up just over 7%, which means that there's more homes that are on the market, more choices available. With that said, closed sales did fall by about 9%, which shows that there is some hesitation still with both buyers and sellers. And although there have been, small monthly dips, there's no indication of significant price drops on the horizon. In fact, experts project steady growth through 2025 unless there's a major economic shift. So translation, waiting for prices to drop could leave you paying more down the road. So why is waiting riskier than you think? Well, one of the most common reasons people are sitting on the sidelines is the hope that rates will drop and or prices will dip. Yes, it's no secret rates are higher than they were a few years ago. Let's be honest, we're not going to see the 2, 3, or even 4% rates again. Lawrence Yun, again the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, anticipates that the mortgage rate will fluctuate around a 6% average throughout 2025. Now let's go back about 1 year ago at this time. Mortgage rates were touching 8%, right? So 6%, definitely a good rate. This is the new normal. And even with the Federal Reserve planning several rate cuts, mortgage rates aren't guaranteed to follow. Why? It's because the Federal Reserve, they do not control grocery prices, they do not control mortgage rates. They only control the short-term interest rates in the hopes that they can influence the mortgage rate. And a lot of it also comes down to supply and demand. Tight housing inventory keeps that upward pressure on both rates and prices. So waiting, it might save you a little bit on your interest rate, but it could cost you much more in rising home prices, and not to mention you miss out on all that equity that you could have started gaining. So what could help? It's a tough question to answer, and while there are many economic factors at play, a big boost in new home construction is one of them that could help. And we are starting to see some progress in our local market. Rio Rancho, for example, is seeing a surge in new home starts thanks to, pro-growth initiatives from local developers. And while that's good news for the future, it takes time for new inventory to reach the market. So whether you're already a homeowner or thinking about becoming one, there's one thing that we can all agree on: real estate is a long game. The truth is, the perfect time, the perfect market, it just doesn't exist. The best time is when it aligns with your goals, not necessarily when the market feels ideal. Rates can always be refinanced, but the equity you build today is something you can't get back if you wait. And so if you've been on the fence about buying or selling, let's talk about what's possible right now. The Albuquerque market remains one of the most affordable in the country, and there are opportunities out there for everyone. So the bottom line, the best time to buy isn't when the market feels perfect, it's when you are ready. And if that's you, don't wait. Your future self will thank you.